Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your reading for the weeks of September 17 through 30, 2024. This is a reading if you're Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon, Capricorn Rising, or have another significant Capricorn placement in your chart. If you're new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you, and if you're returning, welcome back. You can see the links to my services if you want readings with me: astrology, human design, Rahani healing, Reiki healing, and also about my channeling and other services that I provide, and my work more generally, coaching work more generally. Please check my link in the description box below. And there are also my social media links. You might want to check out my morning live stream called Morning Coffee with Breege, which I do right now, 7 o'clock in the morning Eastern, where I do have some kind of a topic related to my coaching practice, my transition coaching practice, and I usually do another tarot reading there as well. I end up usually uploading them here in a clump, so they eventually will end up here on YouTube as well, along with my Azrael channeling videos. So if you want to check any of that out, that's there. Okay, so enough with the business for now. Let's look at your reading. Okay, so we're dealing with a lunar eclipse in Pisces. That is going to be on the first day that this reading covers, which is the 17th of September. Eclipses do go in pairs, so there will be another eclipse on the 2nd of October, which is going to be a solar eclipse. And I believe, I think, I can't remember. See, I've been listening to both the Vedic and the Western astrologers. So one of them says Virgo, the other says Libra. I'm not sure. I mean, the sun is in Libra, so it's probably Libra. I think the sun's in sun's in Virgo in the Vedic system, so that's a little bit different. So let's just say it's Libra. We're looking at Libra, and then right now we're looking at Pisces. Now, Pisces is an energy that is very watery. It's it has a lot to do with intuition, with imagination, with our dreams. Spiritually, it has a lot to do with liberation because it's this 12th house energy. But we are moving into a space. So what eclipses tend to bring is they bring some kind of sudden change, or they bring some kind of sudden clarity. So I feel with Pisces, it's like clarity about things that perhaps have been a bit nebulous and not clear. We may suddenly get the answers, and we may see some sudden changes. Now it's a partial eclipse, so it's not one that's usually as potent. However, it is during the supermoon, when the moon is at its closest point to Earth. So that will tend to intensify the energy. So let's start by looking at your Pisces house. This is, if you're not familiar, I do the 12 houses of astrology, and I interpret your cards in terms of that. I use Murray Hope's Way of Cartouche as my main deck, and then I have, this week I'm using Crowley's Thoth deck as my second deck, and we'll be following up with a card from the Black Moon astrology cards. Okay. So yeah, you've got water and the Ace of Discs in your 12th house. So water, yeah. Definite Piscean thing. There's definitely some emotions here that are under the surface, the feelings that may be coming up. You may be going through something where you are releasing a lot of past energy, past emotions, and past trauma responses to things. And Ace of Discs indicates this desire for a new beginning. And discs have to do with finances. They have to do with security. So I feel like you are ready to move into a phase where you feel more secure, both financially and maybe otherwise, just secure in your path. And there's definitely an indication here of you being on a new path here. And it's interesting because as we have this new beginning here, you have this ending showing up in your first house, which is your first house of Aries. This is you and how you present yourself to the world. With Anubis, I feel like you've been, very friendly and outgoing and affable, I believe is the word. But you also maybe keeping boundaries with people as well. There's kind of like this idea of, I'm not being antisocial, but I'm keeping my space, right? And the universe indicates you have been bringing something to an end. The universe card is the same as the world. And so there's something, and it's funny because I just got this kind of energy for Capricorn, although it was a little bit more, for Sagittarius, because it was a little bit more dramatic, because for them they had there was like a 10 of Swords. So that is more like an ending where you feel like something's been stabbed in the back and it's dead. This is more the energy of bringing something to a successful conclusion. So it's almost like you've concluded one part of your life and you're ready to move into another one. But you may be setting up a boundary a little bit right now as you're trying to integrate that and negotiate it. Yeah, there's something with money where you feel like you've been going in circles here. Nine of Wands is this is when we're tired and when we're drained and we don't want to, we feel like we have to push through to the finish line on something. Certainly, if that's where you're at, it's encouraging you to do that. Yeah, this is in fact Sun in Sagittarius. So there's definitely this energy of, you pulling up your last bit of effort to move ahead. Sometimes this is called the Wounded Warrior card because it could be that we just feel like, we've heard this song before and we're tired of it and we want a new one. And with fire, yeah, whichever way it goes, there's going to be the energy here either to push through to the finish line or just say, okay, we're going to end this situation once and for all. Now, this is in your area of finances. So I feel like this is you, making some kind of substantial change with regard to your money. Maybe saying, okay, now I'm going to tackle debt, or I'm going to reinvest my money, or there's going to be something different that you're going to do. For some of you, this could have to do with your work or your job or what you're doing for a living. But whatever it is, there's some kind of a thing you're working on, and this is a matter of just trying to push through to the finish line on that one. Okay, now you're in your Gemini house. You have Gemini energy. You have the Lovers here. Okay, now for some of you, this could literally mean communications with somebody who there might be a romantic interest. You can take it as it resonates, but oftentimes the Lovers card brings choices. It says that we have to make a decision between things, and this may be a test situation for us because we have it with the Pyramid card. Pyramid is something that takes time, something we're negotiating that takes time, and this is in the house. This could have to do, if you have your own business, this could have to do with that. This is the house of sibling relationships, so for some of you, this could be family related. This eclipse does seem to have a lot to do with family stuff for whatever reason. But it can also just be some kind of communication, some kind of negotiation or communication that you're trying to resolve. And yeah, this is something where there seems to be a test situation and where you may be called upon to make some kind of a choice here. So choice has been coming up for a lot of different signs. So I feel like a lot of people are at a crossroads right now. You have the Princess of Cups with the Lotus in your home sector. So Princess of Cups brings, these princesses they're like pages, they bring news. And there's definitely this softer, more vulnerable kind of energy to this card. It's kind of a new emotional kind of a message or portent. And so I feel like you may be, part of what might be beginning for you is you might be trying to get more in touch with your feelings. We're seeing these deep emotions, so this may be a new beginning in terms of family relationships or just what feels like home to you. I mean, home is not always about our biological family. Home can be if you're married and have a family, obviously that might be your family. It can also just be your tribe, so to speak. But this is also just about you in your own space, in your own skin. Home is wherever you are to some degree, right? And with Lotus, there's definitely a need to calm the mind and to relax. I feel like there's a sense of wanting to take a time out to retreat to your own space, like we saw with Anubis in the beginning. It's like something has ended and you want to take the time to absorb the emotional impact of something or integrate new feelings or just allow yourself this kind of time of peace. But there's definitely, and for some of you, this could actually indicate, again, like I said, new love. Maybe there's going to be the prospect of moving in with someone or them moving in with you. Although Lotus does seem to indicate peaceful continuity of a situation as well. So yeah, there's a very strong emotions connected with the home right now, and potentially with the family as well. So, but again, in a positive way. Okay, now this is interesting. If I'm looking at the relationship houses, I'm looking at the 5th and the 7th house. Now, kind of a bit of a difference here. So for people looking for love, because obviously not everybody watching these readings is looking for love, but if you are, I mean, it does seem like there's going to be love. There's the card of love, and this is the house of love affairs. So this is the Leo energy. And with Urias, this is coming from an unexpected quarter. You could have a secret admirer. There could be somebody who's going to suddenly proposition you that maybe you were just kind of like, what? You weren't expecting that to happen. So yeah, there's definitely the energy here of, or somebody who carries a torch for you anyway, somebody who wants to have a relationship and maybe not a person that you expect, or just somebody, even if it's somebody you're interested in, you might assume that person's not interested in you because maybe they're hiding it very well, you know? But we're seeing changes here. We've got Bast with the Death card in the house of relationships. So something's coming to an end here. And Bast has to do with happiness, with mental healing. Okay, so what's possible here, what's coming into my mind for those of you who are looking for love, there may be somebody who absolutely wants to be in a relationship with you, but they may be healing from some kind of a recent loss. Maybe they've been recently divorced, maybe out of a long-term situation, and Bast seems to indicate the need for mental healing, in which case this is somebody who you want to handle a little bit carefully. You know, be empathetic, you know, give them some space, but, you know, there's a sense of wanting to be recognized here and wanting, you know, attention, affection, things like that. But there could be a sense that that somebody may need to be, there's also this, the wise and careful handling of a situation. So you may just have somebody who needs, who may be going through a transition right now. If you are married already, like I said, you or your spouse could be going through a major change right now. I mean, for some people, it can mean the end of a marriage, but I don't see that very strongly here, unless someone's been having an affair. But I don't want to. That's not the necessary meaning of that. So I would not assume that, unless you think that, unless that is actually what's going on for you, in which case that would be a very specific reading. I don't think that's the general meaning. But yeah, so there's some situation where somebody seems like they're going through a change, and a certain amount of understanding is going to be needed. There's a need for mental healing and space. And yeah, we are seeing some kind of an ending here in your 8th house of Scorpio, because you do have Sept here, which is Scorpio energy in the Scorpio house. But this is a card of, this is usually where we are running into obstacles, or we have anxieties, or things are not worked out the way we want them to. And we have it with Ta. So it could be just that there's some lessons that you're learning. You know, you're slowly building this, as they call it, the temple of the psyche. And you know, there maybe have been some lessons recently, or maybe some changes that have felt very harsh. Ta is Capricorn, or, well, it is your own energy, but it's also Saturn energy. So there's just some situation here, something you've been building towards. And I don't know, with the Three of Wands here, or sorry, Three of Pentacles, there's definitely the sense that you are, this could be a collaboration. So I don't know if this is the end of that. I don't know. I feel like almost like this could be the end of a collaboration, or it could be saying there's a situation where you feel blocked, like some kind of change feels blocked, or just feels like it's not going to happen. But really the only thing to do is just keep persistently working, keep moving forward. That's the energy that I'm seeing here. This does feel like there's going to be help or collaboration in whatever this matter is. There's definitely the sense of moving forward. Yeah, you've got more 3 energy up here as well, in the 3 of Wands with the winged disc. Now, this is in your Sagittarius house. So this has to do with expanding your horizons, right? This is about, what you call it? This is about you know, long distance travel. It's about higher education. It's about spirituality and faith, and it's Jupiter energy. So it's expanding on all those fronts, you know, freedom and independence. And yeah, so there's this idea of stepping out. There's a strong sense here of, you know, making these kinds of decisions, working with others, collaborating with others here. I see it in your work houses too. We're going to get to that in a minute. But yeah, with the winged disc, there's definitely this sense of being able to soar, being able to overcome obstacles. So this is either going to happen, this feels like this could be happening in a field connected to education, or maybe some people are going back to school. That's a possibility. Or maybe this is connected to spirituality for some of you, if that's the kind of work that you do. But whatever it is, or it could just be a trip that you take where you're going to be able to connect with others, to be able to manifest what it is that you're trying to do. Nonetheless, a lot of people are having strong energy in the 9th house, and the 9th house has shown up very prominently in a lot of my readings. So there definitely seems like, with the changes with this eclipse, whatever comes to an end, there's going to be a huge opportunity to expand your horizons here. So if you go look back at your houses connected to job and work and so forth, we have Crook and Flail with art in the 6th house, which is the Virgo house. So yeah, this definitely indicates increased visibility. For some people, this could be a promotion on a job. With art, there's a sense of balance, keeping a balance. This could be work-life balance. This could just be, again, there's this sense of integrating something, bringing together things that are opposite. You know, we've got fire and water here. You're bringing together and making the gold out of it. You know, you're not dealing with paradoxes, trying to do things in a new way. So, yeah, so I feel like there's just a lot of balancing work being done here. And you are getting to a space, whether this has to do with a job promotion or you just stepping up and taking more of a leadership role or being more visible in something. This is definitely showing up here. This is also a house that is connected to health. So for some of you, this could indicate just the need. Again, this could be mental health balance, like work-life balance, or this could mean other kinds of balances in terms of, you know, food and nutrition and exercise and things like that. I mean, this could be this kind of balancing as well. But one of the messages that isn't often talked about with this card is that there's a sense here that one does not. We can often have this a lot of energy of like we have to push ahead, push ahead, push ahead. This card to me is one that says you don't have to push ahead. Like whatever's meant for you is coming to you. Like whatever you're going to be recognized for is coming to you. Now, if we look at the 10th house, you have air with the Queen of Wands. So air, for some of you, this is going to indicate a change in job because air is about movement, or it could also be travel for a job. And we are seeing possibilities of that in the 9th house here. But there's definitely this sense of change. You may need to take a step back from a situation and look at it with a little bit of detachment. Air is certainly more about intellectual energy and applying that. So maybe some of you are getting into work that is more about communications or more intellectual, or maybe you need to apply more of this in your career. Maybe, again, there's this sense of, you know, if you've got this Three of Pentacles, maybe there's been a kind of a job or something you've done for a while that you know, maybe that's where we're seeing an ending here. Okay, this was a way of doing things that ended. Now you have to be doing something where you're more out in the public sphere. And Queen of Wands, I mean, again, this is a card of visibility, like the Crook and Flail. I feel like you're about to be recognized for something that you're doing. If you're not already, I mean, that's definitely coming. So it's telling you, communicate, get out there, you know, be seen by people, but also remember to keep this balance over here. The art card, just as it implies, can also indicate, you know, you may have some creative new ways of doing things. In fact, speaking of, in the 11th house, we have Sirius. Now, this is Aquarian energy in the Aquarian house. And Sirius is really about thinking outside the box, you know, doing it a different way. And this is showing up in your house of manifestation, what you might want to manifest. This can have to do with friendships as well. But there's a sense here, and again, you have this card, the Six of Wands. I mean, there's this definite sense of leadership. You are recognized among your social group. You are recognized among your peers. And if you're not, you're certainly going to be. Sirius here indicates to me that, and you know, and being showing a lot of strength. This is a little bit like the Strength card for me. It's where you are not only displaying physical strength, but your ability to manage things when they're a little bit out of sorts, okay? Because Sirius can bring challenges, and we did see those. We see a pyramid down here. There are challenges, there are decisions to be made, but you are up to the task of handling them, and they may require you to look at things differently, to not do things the same old way. I think that may also be why you have Capricorn in the 8th house. You are being challenged not to do things the same way. That seems to be what's pretty clear here. Now, overall, we have Osiris, so this is Sagittarius energy. This is very strong, you know, grounded. You are somebody who can rely, you can rely on your judgment. You can, you know, you have a solid foundation for whatever it is that you're doing. But with the 5 of Cups, there's a definite need for you to let go of the past here. This could be past relationships. This could be past business practices. I don't know. There's something here that is telling you there's a definite strong sense that something has ended. And and you are changing. You have successfully completed one cycle, and you are about to move into another one. And you may be nervous about this change. You may be in doubt about it, but I think there's going to be clarity about what needs to be let go coming in for you very, very soon with this eclipse energy. So let's see what Capricorn needs to know here. Capricorn, September 17 through 30. Yeah, 10th house. The world. Okay, this is about your legacy. This is about you again. This is and this is your energy. Interestingly, this is the house of Capricorn. But this is about your time to shine, about what your legacy is going to be, how you are going to connect with the wider community. Perhaps a lot of the work you've done previously has just been more on your own or independently. Now, I don't feel like that's going to work anymore. I think you need to branch out. And, this also may mean for some people terminating some partnerships or relationships, but there's definitely a strong sense that it's time for you to shine and be seen. So, so I hope this reading was helpful to you, Capricorn. If you did enjoy this reading or was helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified about my future videos, which come out every couple of weeks for each sign. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you at the end of September.